Hi guys, I've teamed up with Kerrygold to bring you a brilliant back to basics series filled with what I consider to be those essential home cooking recipes. From some buttery sweet treats, to epic bakes, and some serious comfort food. I've got you covered. Let's get cooking. Lemon curd is an absolute classic and one recipe which I love to make. Whatever you choose to do with it, that's up to you. But I do have a great suggestion. I'm going to show you how to make lemon curd cheesecakes, and they're mini, so they are so cute and delicious. So we're going to start off by making our lemon curd, and for that we need quite a lot of lemons. I'm going to take the zest and the juice of about 4 lemons here. I'm going to put all of this straight into a pot. So using a nice fine zester just like this, take all of that zest off. We've got lemon zest, and now it's time to talk lemon juice. So slice up your lemons. I actually think I'm only going to need about 3 lemons here. And I have one of these fancy pants juicers. If you don't have one of these, it's not the end of the world. Just juice it through your hands to catch the pips. But otherwise, use one of these fancy boys. Look at that. Very satisfying. We've got zestage, we've got juicage, and now it is time for a little bit of sugar and some Kerrygold butter. This all goes into one pan. I'm going to place this over the heat, and you're looking for that butter to melt down and for the mixture to come together. This is melting down beautifully, and while it is melting down, I have 4 large free-range egg yolks which I've separated from the whites, and just using a whisk, give them a good whisk up just to combine. Okay, this is nicely mixed through. Our butter mixture has nicely melted. It's just come to a simmering point. So this is where you do have to take a little bit of care and attention. As you whisk, you are going to pour slowly but surely, and the trick is not to heat that egg yolk too much, otherwise you're going to cook them. So a little trickle at a time. This is now nicely mixed through, so straight away stick that straight back in the pot now that the egg yolks are nicely incorporated. This goes back on the heat and it's going to cook out. You need to keep your eye on this, but you're looking for it to thicken up and to basically be thick enough to coat the back of a spoon, so keep your eye on it. I've got the consistency I'm after. It's just thickened up ever so slightly. It's coating the back of the spoon. So transfer this out into a cool bowl. Look how golden and gorgeous that looks. This now needs to cool completely before you use this in the rest of the recipe. So let it cool down. And while it's cooling, we're gonna crack on with the base for this recipe. So in a pot, I have some more Kerrygold butter. I'm gonna heat this up and melt it down. I have some biscuits here, digestive biscuits, graham crackers, whatever you have to hand. We're gonna bash these up just until you have a nice, smooth, crumbly mixture, and you have to talk really loudly when you bash your biscuits. I do not think these could get finer, so we're going to dump them into our melted buttery mixture. Give that all a good mix through. And once it's come together with a consistency that looks kind of like wet sand, we're going to start transferring these out into our little cheesecake molds. I just have normal little glasses. Tumbler glasses will do, and you want to fill each of these with about 1 centimeter of that biscuit base. The biscuit base is now sorted, so it's time for our cheesecake mixture. I have some mascarpone cream cheese and some regular cream cheese, and we're gonna mix this together just until we have a really nice and luscious finish for our lovely cheesecake mixture. I'm also adding some sweetness with a little touch of icing sugar. Just spread that together, and when the icing sugar is just about incorporated, you can be a little bit more rough with it, so you have a nice smooth finish. This is nicely mixed through now, and how luscious and creamy does that look. So I'm going to take up this little resealable bag, and we're going to throw in this creamy mixture into the center. Just seal up the bag and squeeze all that mixture right the way down into one of the corners. Snip the end off your bag. Grab up one of your cheesecake cups, push it in, and then it's just a case of squeezing. Oh, hello. And then just continue filling with the rest of this lovely cheesecake mixture. It is time for that cooled lemon curd. So give it a good mix up now that it's cooled. And once it's runny, it's time to get this over the top. So just spoon a generous amount of that gloopy lemon curd right over the top. How good does that look? And the final thing is to give them a nice little tap, and also to finish them off with a sprig of mint. And that is a dessert to be proud of. Mini lemon curd cheesecakes. And I'm afraid you're gonna have to stick with me because I'm gonna dive in and try some. This looks so good. I don't know if I can get the biscuit face, but I sure will try. Oh. That lemon curd is so rich and buttery and zesty. You've got the luscious creamy filling and that biscuit base in the bottom. These are proper show-stopping desserts.